Welcome back to the Quick Focus Blueprint program, and in today's lesson we are going to talk about how to boost your mental energy so you have better focus. And so this is for people who really feel like you don't have enough energy, mental energy to get through the day. Maybe it's hard to finish things once you've started them. Maybe you feel like you're easily distracted and you find it hard to concentrate, and you feel like depleted, like a little bit too much brain fog or fatigue. And I'm pulling this research out from our friend Dr. Daniel Amen. If his name sounds familiar, he's written 40 books, more than 40 books on brain health and performance. He's done over 100,000 brain scans in the United States, more than anybody else in this country. He's got clinics across the U.S., and he wrote the famous book, Change Your Brain, Change Your Life. I highly recommend it. That book alone has raised over $40 million for public broadcasting. And we met years and years ago when he interviewed me for a book called Use Your Brain to Change Your Age. He had heard about the work that we were doing, got together, and he dedicated a whole chapter of his book on mental training, brain training, and how brain training could keep you young. And so I'm going to share with you some of the tips he has for boosting dopamine, focus, and energy. And here, you're going to find it very usable. Okay, so this is kind of our quick tips for this. And so if you'd like to have more energy, and who doesn't? Who doesn't suffer from a little bit of fatigue, mental fatigue or fog, and you want to be able to jumpstart your brain, we need to talk about dopamine deficiencies. And I'm going to start by saying that I am not a doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm just sharing you information out of Dr. Daniel Amen's work. And so consult with your healthcare practitioner. This is not meant to treat or diagnose any kind of health challenges. And so when we talk about dopamine, what is it? It's one of over 100 neurotransmitters in your brain. And often they call it the motivation molecule. Dopamine provides the drive, the focus you need to be productive. And that's really what this program is, right? 30 days to triple your focus so you can learn faster and get things done. But you can't get things done if you're suffering from low mental energy or low drive. And so dopamine is heavily involved with things like attention span, with focus, with follow through. We've mentioned, motivation, and really your ability to experience happiness. So dopamine dominant people are usually focused go-getters. However, a lack of dopamine is often associated with fatigue, lack of focus, forgetfulness, moodiness, difficulty in concentrating. Even it's been associated with insomnia also. So how do you go about boosting dopamine so you can have more energy, more motivation, and better focus? So how do you boost dopamine? So unfortunately, many of the things that actually boost your focus and energy end up backfiring, right? Things like sugar or fat-filled treats can help boost dopamine. However, these are the things that provide a quick boost that end up really disrupting the natural dopamine production process, resulting in decreased dopamine production in the long term. So what are some safe, healthy, natural ways to boost your dopamine, since it's really key to motivation and focus? I'm going to give you a few of them that Dr. Daniel Amen recommends, and I highly recommend that you check out his work to go deeper if you'd like to go deeper. But this is something that's absolutely something you could apply today. So the first is eating foods rich in tyrosine. In order to make dopamine, your body needs tyrosine, and it can be found in foods like almonds, avocados, eggs, beans, chicken, fish. So depending on your diet, there's lots of opportunity, lots of flexibility. The second thing is exercise. Now, we've covered exercise in this program, but again, this is a reminder for you to get up and move. So in general, physical exercise is one of the best things you could do for your brain. It increases the production of new brain cells. We call that neurogenesis and neuroplasticity. It slows down brain cell aging. It could also increase your levels of dopamine. Another tip that you could use right away today is to meditate. And so I know some of you already have a mindfulness training built into your day, but if you don't, learn to meditate. The overall health benefits of meditation have been demonstrated through hundreds and hundreds of research studies, and many of those have shown that meditation increases dopamine, leading to improved focus and concentration. And that's why this is the Quick Focus Blueprint program. Another one, which is very pleasurable that you could do, is get a massage. I mean, when's the last time you had body work? And again, as your coach, it's common sense, but not often common practice. As your coach, I want to just remind you how important it is to be able to relax, and stress reduction, how important that is. So it has long been suggested that one way to keep dopamine levels high is to avoid stress. And that's really impossible in today's digital age, right? So to counter the effects of stress, research has demonstrated that massage therapy increases dopamine levels by nearly 30% while decreasing cortisol levels. And we know cortisol is the stress hormone, right? So get a massage. And then finally, I'll just give you a couple more, is sleep. That's an obvious one. We've mentioned that in this program, but just as a reminder, let's make that a priority. So to ensure that your brain increases dopamine naturally, you'll want to make sure you're getting enough rest. We know that lack of sleep has been shown to reduce concentrations of neurotransmitters, including dopamine and their receptors. And then finally, the last tip for today is to listen to music. Listen to music. It is no surprise that listening to music can increase pleasurable feelings. It can improve your mood, it can boost your energy, and it can really help with your focus and concentration. There's been a lot of research that has demonstrated that much of this is achieved due to the increase in dopamine levels. And so those are your tips right there. You have 6 solid tips that you could apply today to be able to increase your dopamine levels. And again, dopamine is one of those things that if you are lacking at it, then you're going to experience fatigue, apathy, lack of focus, forgetfulness, insomnia, moodiness. But when you increase this motivation molecule, then all of a sudden you could basically boost your drive, your focus, that you need to be productive and to be able to reach your goals. And it's heavily, again, involved in attention span and focus and follow through and motivation, and also just overall joy. And who doesn't want to experience joy? That you don't have to just do all this work to be happy. You could happily do the work. I've heard many times from other people that it's not the destination, but it's the journey. And I'm so proud to be on this journey with you. So in the comment section, let me know what you think of these 6 tips and which one you're going to focus on today. So that's your question of the day. Which of these 6 tips for boosting dopamine do you want to be able to employ today? And which ones are the ones that you're already doing? And I can't wait to see you tomorrow.